Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know this isn't the normal voice you're used to hearing when the Violent Wrestling podcast starts, but we have some things going on here on the other side of the computer screen. I am one of your intrepid co-hosts, Adam Rice, and to my immediate left, right, and center
Boo! Boo!
is Metal Matt. Matt, how are you this evening?
I am very good. Thank you for asking. But I do have a question for you though. If Jim
No,
Belushi was a
no,
musician, would the show have been
no.
named Accordion to Jim?
He is a magician! You son of a bitch! That doesn't even work!
Also,
That
that was the
doesn't
name of
even
the
work!
show. And of course, now that you hear him, he had to quickly get to where he needed to be. One of the co-founders of the Violent Wrestling Podcast, man who's been running himself ragged the last 48 hours, Prince Moxley Lopez. Mox, how are you tonight?
Tired and stressed as shit. Oh, man.
Well,
Um,
maybe this will cheer you up. Maybe you'll like
oh,
this one better.
I doubt
If
it will. I doubt
if
it will.
a potato was in a crowd, would it be a spectator?
Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
God.
It's starting right away. Literally right away.
All right, before
Um,
we let Mox
and
continue,
normally we wouldn't even do this. Our queen, the other co-founder of VWP Violent Wrestling Podcast, my best friend, who we started this together. Shit, going on 2 years ago. Time flies. Um, she got a little jobby
Johnny Boy.
job that she's it's her first week on the job, so she can't like start making demands. And she's not going to be joining us tonight. Unfortunately, she makes everything better. So if nothing else, she's the only one that will laugh at Matt's puns. Um,
Yeah,
but she did give us the blessing to go ahead and do a show without her. If we do a show tomorrow or not,
Gesundheit.
what'd you call me? But she was a-okay with us doing the show. Without her, she won't get off work until midnight Eastern, which is usually when we're wrapping up. So um, besides all that, good on her with the job and stuff. Sucks that it for now starting out new working nights. Sucks that she's also going to have to miss Rocky Mountain Pro this week. And this is how committed AA is to Rocky Mountain Pro. She put on her application, I must have Thursdays off to go see Rocky Mountain Pro. Well, they're doing a bunch of new hires, and she has to work Thursday, and she's like, "No, this is the only Thursday I'm going to work. I'll work it this Thursday just because I'm new, but from here on out, I'm not working Thursdays because I'm going to go see Rocky Mountain Pro. I'll put that on my applications. I cannot work Thursdays." So that's how committed she is to going to watch Ignition and Charged on Thursdays for Rocky Mountain Pro. With all that said, how's everybody?
doing all right.
Doing well.
So I figure since we keep putting it off and putting it off because Matt can't seem to get on
Yeah,
track with the G1, we are going to lead off tonight's show with an update on the G1 Climax tournament currently going on.
Matt, before we get started, Matt, where are you? Please tell me you're on Beyond Night 2.
I am beyond night two.
Are you
I'm
beyond night
on.
two?
I am currently on night 7.
Oh,
So
close
he's
enough,
caught up,
close enough.
just about.
Okay. He's still a day behind, but close enough we can start talking about it without spoiling shit for you.
Now
I mean, I don't
we
really mind
can.
spoilers anyway.
We were trying to be nice.
Yeah, we're friends,
Well, well,
man. We
well, except when it comes to potatoes. I don't like those spoiled, but that's
oh,
another story.
your chicken,
Listen,
on the other hand, you don't mind spoiled at all. Like what the
uh,
hell?
you
Potatoes, potatoes.
uh, so we won't really. Since then, we were about 8 or 9 nights in to the G1. We can't really give a match by match presentation to you guys, but we will say if you have the ability to through NJPW World or if you have Access TV, they're a little behind, but with the very least, they're not keeping up with it. You're getting the most recent night instead of the nights in consecutive order. So do yourself a favor. Find some of these night matches from the G1 this year. Some of them have been absolutely fantastic, as would be a given. But where we currently
Night
stand,
night four or night four, night five. Shit. July. Fuck, I don't even remember what day it is. July 9th. Do yourself a favor. Find 141.
dropped out there, Mox. Say it again. Mox. Matt, you still there?
Yeah.
All right. If Mox can still hear me, we cannot hear him. So handle what you need to handle, brother. I'll try to keep this boat we're going. But as Mox was saying, um, do you guys self a favor? Night 4, night 5 of the G1, there were some excellent matches. Um, but what I want to uh, basically start off with, while Mox is trying to figure out what's going on his end, um, the Block A, as it currently sits, um, there are two tied for the lead with 8 points in Block A. Kenta and the current IWGP Heavyweight Champion Kazuchika Okada lead A block with 8 points. Uh, the next four participants in that Block A, Lance Archer, Evil, Ace Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Kota Ibushi, are all tied with 4 points. And then at the quote unquote bottom of A block, all tied with 2 points, which means they've only won one match so far during the tournament, is Will Ospreay, Sonata, Zack Sabre Jr., and Bad Luck Fale. B block standings. Leading the way with 6 points is John Moxley. The next four participants in Block B are all tied with 4 points. The Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii, Juice Robinson, Shingo Takagi, and Toru Yano. The next four participants after that are all tied with 2 points. Haruki Goto, Taichi, Jeff Cobb, and the current IWGP Intercontinental Champion Tetsuya Naito. And at the very bottom of B block, former IWGP Heavyweight Champion and leader of Bullet Club, as it currently is constituted, Jay White. Now, Matt, I know you're a day or so behind in the tournament, but what do you make of the standings and how they are situated to this point?
I think it makes enough sense. Moxley is my current favorite to win. I don't know if he's going to because of his unfortunate AEW commitments. I'd rather have him stay in NJPW or come back home, Moxley. Come back home to WWE. But anyway, I do think that everything is working as it should be. So we still got a ways to go with this round robin tournament. So who knows what the future holds?
When's the next night?
I don't know. This Saturday, Access TV is going to be airing night 9.
And is that Saturdays, or is that a show, or is that just a what they're airing and night nine's happening between now and then?
Honestly, I'm not sure. All I know is that that's what they're airing this Saturday.
Because I know night nine this Saturday, I believe, is when the two leaders of A Block, Kenta and Kazuchika Okada, have their match.
Yes.
So the way it looks to me so far is the winner of that match is probably winning the block, which is interesting because that means they can go two ways. If Kenta wins, that means he's winning block A and he's going to face winner block B. And if anything, I think Kenta will be the one to go on to the Tokyo Dome for Wrestle Kingdom. If Okada wins, being the current IWGP Heavyweight Champion, he gets to pick his opponent. I think things are a bit muddier in Block B, even though Jon Moxley is leading it at 6 points. The thing with it is, and this will be a little bit of spoilers, somewhat. With AEW starting in October, he's back. Mox, can you hear me?
Mox.
Fuck it. I'm gonna try to use the same hotspot for both. I tried earlier and it kept giving me error messages because I was on Hangouts on the same internet. I don't know, but yeah, I'm back. Where did I lose you? I was talking about Ishii and Mox.
You were talking about night 4 in the G1. And then you yeah.
It gave me a fucking headache just from damn the headbutts, damn the brutality.
Yeah, that wasn't a very healthy match, if you get what I'm saying.
I'll be honest. I actually, because it's Ishii and it's Jon Moxley, not Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley. I was expecting a little more, and I know some people might read that as, well, damn, what the fuck did what more could they do? Like, it was excellent, don't get me wrong, but I wanted just, I don't know, something a little more. But damn, that match was great.
Yeah,
Well, Mox,
guys
what more do you want them to do, Mox?
both like stretcher job, both of them. I don't know.
How about don't headbutt each other like that? Can we do that? Can I not?
That gave me, damn dude, that gave me a headache. Like seriously, like holy fuck.
Can I not literally watch CTE form as it happens? My God. But
I
not
mean,
we.
we both know that Ishii's very good at the protected headbutt. Do you know? I don't want to break kayfabe too much, but you know what I'm saying.
Right. He
Um,
he he knows what he's doing. I get that, but still.
Moxley, on the other hand, did a couple that were kind of
No.
like
Please don't ever do
like
it again.
Wild Thing from Major League movie back in '93. Like, what the fuck was like? They were literally like, dude, you need glasses or something. The best part was the post match interview with Moxley. As soon as he walks behind the curtain, like, my wife's gonna hate. My wife's not gonna like this. She hates tables. Just as calm as he could be. Just had a brutal brawl with Ishii. My wife's not gonna like this. She hates tables. Where were you guys at? Sorry for dropping out.
We know we know you're trying to do multiple things. It's fine. I just went over the block standings. Um, with laying out that Kenta and Okada are leading Block A and Moxley's leading Block B. Um, what are your surprises, Mox, from the standings wise that you thought would be coming into the D1 that are different now that we're sitting here coming up on night nine?
The dipshit being, what is he, 0-6 now?
I thought we
Or
settled on Fuckwit.
Fuckwit's different. Dipshit's Osprey.
Well, no,
Um,
Osprey finally got a W. He has 2 points.
Well,
yeah.
Osprey is the best of the Super Juniors.
You say that like you sound like such a used car salesman when you say like you're trying to sell a car that's called Best of the Super Juniors. Well, it is the Best of the Super Juniors. Like how you enunciate it.
And this car is the best of the Super Juniors. Has a very powerful gas mileage, has 4-wheel drive and automatic transmission, and
Why
very has a
are
lot of
you
junk in the trunk. A lot of junk in the trunk. What do you say? What do you say? Hey, going once, going twice, going and sold to Mr. Mox.
And we just went auctioneer. But yeah, Fuckwit being 0-6.
Yeah.
That's, and if you guys haven't learned my nicknames for New Japan wrestlers by now, go back and listen. You'll figure them out. Um, Fuck Knuckle. Speaking of nicknames, um, actually, this is a match that, again, friend of our Brute and myself disagreed on. Like, he skipped the match, and I watched it because I watched it live because it was a night for the same night as Max and Ishii. Um, didn't put on that bad of a match, believe it or not.
Yeah, because I'm on night 7 right
Well,
now, and the very first match is Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bad Luck Fale. Why would they do this to us?
Well, I wish I honestly had an answer for that. I don't. The thing,
I just and I appreciate ZZS or ZSJ.
ZSJ,
Yeah, the 3 letter name, whoever that gaijin is from wherever. Like I appreciate him. I just I don't. He's not my style of wrestler. He's not like a Will Ospreay that. By the way, spoiler alert, so just in
Who is
case
the best of the Super
you
Juniors?
don't have to go back and listen to all the old podcasts. Dipshit is Will Ospreay. That's my nickname for him because he's a fucking dipshit. Um, Hit me up at Fireman 6809 Will Ospreay. I called you a dipshit because you act like a dipshit sometimes.
Just sometimes.
Most of the time on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's. I want to like him, but I can't. Anyway, where else were you guys?
Well, we were just kind of going over the block, where the standings are. And me and you, we talked about
Are
this a
are
couple.
we getting a Kenta Moxley finals?
When's the finals?
Surely.
Is that
You
August
might.
12th? Finals are August.
I think we're definitely getting Kenta in the finals. Moxley with the AEW stuff, I'm not so sure about.
That's what I
But
said. I think it should happen. I would much rather see Moxley and NJPW over AEW, but that's beside the point. And oh my God, was Zack Sabre Jr. and Bad Luck Fale so freaking bad?
Yeah.
well, yeah, bad luck Fale. I love him. He's an OG,
Not an
but
OP.
sir, he's not from Orange
Not
County.
well, not until not until Spencer and Hottie joined the stable. But
Stop it.
Oh
And that's
Lord.
the Hills.
it's the
Bad luck
same
Fale.
difference.
He's just lost. I'll be honest. I like Fale.
It hurts.
But he reminds me of Gallows, who never really had it, and now Fale's like just quickly diminishing, if that makes sense.
It hurts to watch Fale walk.
That's why I didn't want to be rude about it, but yeah,
It
it's
hurts to
not
watch.
like Undertaker level of walking yet, but it's getting damn close.
Yeah. He lost weight, which was good for him, but it was never going to be enough to where it was going to add years. I know he has his own school, and I think that's what he's going to, file away into here shortly. But yeah, it just hurts to
His,
watch him walk.
his legacy will always be Prince Devitt riding on his shoulders to the ring.
Yep.
That
Yep.
that will be Bad Luck Folly forever and ever.
So I looked it up real quick, and yes, the finals are on August 12th. If they are going to do Moxley Kenta as a way to pump up these big additions into this year's G1, I don't have a problem with it because it's the last big chance NJPW is going to get to use Moxley before he's full time AEW. Um,
The
I don't need
only problem standing in Moxley's way is not go and Block B.
Did Moxley and Robinson have their thing? No,
Uh, did they?
no,
I haven't been. No, yeah, that comes later.
right.
I think that's going to be one of the final actual preliminary, whatever you want to call it. But
Yeah,
Naito Kenta in the finals. fuck yeah, I'm there for that.
Well, here's the thing. Naito's sitting at 2 points as we currently sit. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 matches left. That's 12 points. Um, that'll get him to, if he won all 6, he won't. Um, that'll get him to 14, which will probably be enough to win the block. I don't see him going 6-0 or even 5-1 during this last 6 matches he has. So I think Naito's almost pretty much eliminated. I mean, I don't know what he has next, so forgive me. I
Okay,
really,
then flip the script real quick. What are the chances Okada wins and picks his opponent?
I still think that's pretty good because this Saturday is when Kenta and Okada wrestle.
Yes.
The winner of that match wins Block A. Because they're tied at 8 points. Whoever wins is going to get the 2 point advantage, and it's on from there. Now,
And
that would also, that I guess it also presupposes Kenta going undefeated. I don't think Kenta's going undefeated either, or Okada. So someone's got to win here. For Okada to win the block, he has to beat Kenta, or if he loses to Kenta, he has to hope Kenta loses twice in the final 6 matches.
let's play crystal ball here for a second. Okada wins. Who does he pick as his opponent for Wrestle Kingdom? There's
If he
only
if he
really
was smart,
two options.
if he was smart, it'd be evil. But that's just me.
Well,
Thing
and I
is,
can't really fault you there. I know you're an evil mark, and so am I,
I mean, it could also be
but
Lance
that's not.
Archer.
You
it
can
won't be
fuck
Archer.
right the fuck off.
Fuck that. Fuck Archer.
I mean, Tanahashi
But
just
Lance
upset him in the
Archer,
G1. I mean, that's pretty big. But I mean, I think he could still make a
you
comeback.
Fuck Archer. Oh my god. You have
you
literally.
completely botched that, but that's okay.
What? What?
But Lance Archer, um,
Wait, what did I do?
and I brought this. Never mind. Let's move on. Um,
No, I want to know. What did I watch?
I can't believe you just tried to say, even semi seriously, that Tanahashi upset Lance Archer. You, sir, are the worst.
I
well,
mean,
Lance
Archer
Archer did
had
get.
the advantage for a long time, but Tanahashi was able to find a way to win, which is what you have to do in a round robin tournament like this.
He must have had his blue chew.
God damn it. And look,
And
I'm
now,
not gonna. This
But
is this has been
and
actually.
after go ahead.
I actually was gonna give Archer some praise. He's had his fine tournament.
yeah,
Uh, absolutely. Like this is not just myself, and I keep bringing Brood up because he and I are the two that at least to me that talk the most New Japan. Like we talk like every day, like through DM or text or whatever of what the happening is. And I seriously after night one, like, did we just become a Lance Archer fan? Like
I, for the record, did
the
not.
world has the world like flipped upside down and
He's
but
He's
he showed more in this tournament than he's shown maybe in his entire career. I'll just put
yeah.
it out there.
And as a guy who watched Archer when he was in TNA, when he was working as Lance Hoyt, um,
Yeah,
this is easily the
who
best
had
run
who
he's ever
showed like
had.
no potential.
Well, and when he was in early Impact, when he was on the Fox Sports version of Impact, TNA, he was only this big guy, because they didn't have anybody who looked like him. So he kind of got a little extra behind him, but there wasn't a lot there to really push. And since he's been in NJPW, he was with Davey Boy with the Killer Elite Squad, and they were fine. They were a Gaijin roughneck tag team. They were a
Here,
very poor man's version of the Miracle Violence Connection. Very poor man's version.
but there was nothing special to him in the
Right.
first few rounds. The first few matches. Like, hey, there's something here, and he's not a fucking douche canoe like Mike Elgin, like
Human piece of shit.
human piece of shit. Like, hey, there's something there. Um, don't know how far you can run with it, but there's something.
Yeah.
I'll just what I'm saying is he's impressed me so far
Yeah.
in the G129.
Hmm.
But back to what you were asking, who does Okada pick? Like you were hinting at, it's really one of two choices. If Okada wins the G1, he's either picking Naito or he's picking Kenta. Those are the two.
Yeah, those are my two as well. And good on New Japan for regardless of what happens with Kenta coming out of the G1. They have given him a very strong showing for his New Japan debut. His New Japan, like welcome to New Japan. Like they have made him a big deal instantaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Um,
he's putting on a barn burner of a match with Evil right now.
his match with Evil was fantastic.
Yes.
Um,
Can we go ahead? I know Matt will agree. Evil is so underrated. I know people see
Yes.
Evil as a gimmick character, but god damn, you take the gimmick off, Evil can go in the ring straight up,
Yeah.
like just
and you
he's
know what? And you
an
know what? So can Sonata.
out. Yeah, and that's
I guess.
have either one of y'all seen the Evil Sonata match from a few nights ago?
I have not.
Same here.
Matt, have you gotten that far? Okay, you haven't got that. Yeah, Evil versus Sonata. That was okay. Like when I say okay, I don't mean like it was okay. I mean like holy shit, it's Evil versus Sonata. Like
So would
they're
that technically
going
be a
to
good match?
yes, they're gonna go all out.
Sonata, Sonata and Ibushi had a killer match.
Ibushi scares the fuck out of me anytime he steps in a ring anymore. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I just have to
yeah.
say it.
The time of us keeping all this praise on Ibushi, we're gonna have to kind of pull back on that. He has shown within the last, well, hell, it's been longer than the last 6 months, but we are starting to see a guy who maybe is taking it one step too far with his carelessness. I'll be politically correct and say carelessness. Um,
Every single
he-
match.
it's borderline. It's dangerous every time he steps into it.
Yeah.
Um,
And I want to make sure people that are listening understand what you're saying. We're not really calling Ibushi a dangerous worker, even though sometimes he can be. It's just when Ibushi comes on, you just kind of put your hand over your eyes and just look through your fingers and just hope for the best.
you're waiting for the worst. Hope for the best, but waiting for the worst.
Yeah,
He's
because
he's taking too many bumps on his neck. He's having other guys take too many bumps on their neck.
right. It's not a one-way street with Ibushi. It's becoming a problem to watch Ibushi matches because it's also his opponent that
He the match he had with Osprey. Um, yeah, that was if that happened 25 years ago, he'd have had somebody waiting on him in the back. The
like
the beat,
getting a stern talking to.
getting the piss beat out of him.
I was trying to be nice about it, but
There was, we don't need to sugarcoat it. I mean, but Ibushi is a hell of a talent, and a part of me wishes he would have taken WWE's money and come to WWE because they would have pulled back on half of this shit real quick. Uh,
and
I
I
know,
don't know why. I don't know what triggered him. I don't know if it's the elite leaving, and when I say the elite, I mainly mean Kenny,
mm-hmm.
which they are real life best friends, and where he's getting this, for lack of a better phrase, having to, I've got to step my game up. But something has triggered in him that again, it's getting harder and harder. If it's a Ibushi versus anybody, like oh fuck, let me.
Yeah.
I'll watch it, but let me watch it between my fingers because
Well, you see, Mox, it's the allure of the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. That's what this business is all about. And if Ibushi can win this tournament, he's got it made. He has a contract that he can cash in. He wants that IWGP World title as much as anybody, and he's going to do whatever it takes to get it.
Thank you,
did you
Kevin
just cut a Brock Lesnar promo with using a Bushi?
Thank you,
You
Shivani.
did.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Speaking
So,
of Brock Lesnar and WWE,
we don't have
unless there's any closing thoughts on the G1 that we haven't covered yet,
no,
there was some kind
Not
of
really.
family
Right
rate.
now, I'm on Sonata and Ibushi, so that should be interesting.
Oh God, this
yeah,
is pay attention to Sonata and Ibushi. This is one of the
yeah.
like you're doing too much. You're doing way too much.
Um,
Um,
but
wasn't there some kind of family ring? Oh, go ahead.
before we get to the family reunion, I actually had my attention turned to this just the other day. But MLW is having an event this Thursday. in the Melrose Ballroom in Queens, New York. MLW, never say never. And
I
it's
will
actually,
never say never. I
stop it.
will fight for
You stop it
forever.
right now. I will not have any Justin Bieber bullshit happening on this podcast, sir.
That's a bannable offense. And AA's not here to tell me no.
So, Matt, are you up to date on your MLW? Do you know the card, or do I have it in front of me? So,
I don't know the card, but I did just finish the latest episode of MOW about an hour or so ago.
give us the MLW update, and then I'll go into the card.
Well, this past episode, it was interesting. Alexander Hammerstone versus David Boy Smith Jr. For the open weight title or whatever the hell it's called. It was okay. It was what it was. The finish came when MJF pulled a Shawn Michaels and picked his nose with the Canadian flag. David Boy Smith Jr. goes insane, and I guess a non-finish happened, something like that. The main event was a lot better. It was L.A. Park and he held the L.A. Park or whatever he's called, and they went against the Wagners. And I think L.A. Park pulled a Alberto Del Rio and unmasked the older Dr. Wagner. And it was a pretty good match, and the LA Parks won, so it was a pretty fun episode of
Wagner.
MLW all around.
Wagner.
Yeah, you say it like
I
he's
kn-
German, Wagner.
Wagner. I know it's spelled with a W, but it's Wagner.
So,
Ah,
so the
Wagner, I got
card,
you.
we have a we have a
Man,
wrestler.
when AA's not around, we just
Fuck it.
open reign.
We actually have a pretty lengthy card here, so I will go over it somewhat as quick as I can. Matt, please fill in whenever you think there's something you need to add.
Well, I mean, you're going over it, I mean, as fast as you possibly can, but if you want to last as long as you possibly
Oh, sweet
can, I'm
fucking
going to boot
God.
you.
When I get that cease and desist letter, I'm sending it to you. Okay, so what we
Note to
have,
Matt, whenever you bring that joke up in headquarters, don't actually put the .com at the end of it because
Yeah,
you
that's
send
how
the
it.
actual link to their site.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize I did that.
Like
so
spell out dot or
yeah,
something.
tell it
Don't
out.
don't put bluechew.com in headquarters where it pops up of
Yeah, and if you need something to pop up, uh,
God damn it.
so we have a lengthy card here, and I'll start at the bottom here.
And that's
Um,
duthebrutechew.com.
God damn it. Um, we have a six-man tag team match.
Started at the
Um,
bottom, now we here.
now we do six-man tag team match. Zenchi, Gringo Loco, and Airwolf taking on the team of Myron Reed, Koto, Brazil, and Jordan Oliver. Matt, any thoughts here?
That should be a decent enough six-man tag. Kodo Brazil teaming with Jordan Oliver and Myron Reed is really weird. It probably should be what's his name? Rich Swan, because Rich Swan and Myron Reed have been kind of teaming together recently, so that's kind of weird. But even so, it should still be a pretty decent tag match.
Next up here, we have the Southern Psychopath, Mance Warner, who are on one-on-one with Promociones Dorados, Ricky Martinez.
Yeah, just continuing on with Mance Warner's feud with Promociones Dorado and Selena Dorada. So that should be an interesting match.
Later on, then she is having a second match, this time against Hijo de LA Park. Any thoughts there, Matt?
Who is it? Who
That's
is
got it.
facing Ohio de LA Park?
Yeah.
Who?
Zinci versus Hijo de LA Park.
Who's he?
CM Punk in a mask.
Which one are you questioning?
Oh, the Wagner one, or
No. It's Zinci, the guy from the first match, versus Hijo de LA Park.
I'm trying to remember who that is.
Yeah. Okay, so Matt's no longer our MLW expert.
Yeah. It's
Well, I
LA
can't really.
Park.
Well, I can't really understand Adam all that well, so I'm not sure exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, that Ohio and Canadian mixture,
Oh, hell no.
Minnesotan.
Hell no. You did not just call me Canadian. Screw you, sir.
Well, Ohio, Minnesota, Canadian, it's
Not
all the
even
same.
close. Not even close. Okay, let me just do this easier for you. It's Zinchi versus LA Park's son. No, nothing.
I don't think I've ever heard of
Still,
Senshi. I really
still
don't.
trying to understand you. Still,
No, no, I don't.
no, no.
No, I don't think I've ever heard of Senshi in my life.
Is this just the guy they're bringing in for this show?
It must be because I've never heard of him up to this point.
He's a black guy in a lucha mask. You've never seen him?
I've never seen him before.
All right, sounds good. Riveting commentary here, ladies and
Then
gentlemen.
you're not from the hood if you've never seen a black guy in the mask. Is that it? Was
Oh,
that too
God.
far? Was that
Oh,
too far?
God. Well,
Was
then
that
this will be the last episode of WB. Okay, the
was
next,
that too much?
little bit. The next match we have on the card is Low Key going one on one with Jimmy Utah.
This won't
Fuck
last
Loki.
long. That's what she said.
Thankfully, Low Key wins here, Matt.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a squash because Loki's been doing that a lot recently. So I figure that this will not be any exception.
The next match is the Dynasty's Richard Holiday going one on one with the Hart Foundation's Brian Pillman Jr.
This could be interesting. This could be interesting.
Any
I want to
prediction?
hear your thoughts on why you think it's interesting before I give my thoughts.
It's just a continuation of the Dynasty and Hart Foundation, which, even though I am liking the feud to an extent, I do feel like it kind of needs to end soon because it's just kind of just been going on and on.
I think this is where Brian Pillman Jr. gets his own wings.
I think so.
Wins the fly, so to speak. The very next match is a champion versus champion match. The national openweight champion, Alexander Hammerstone of the Dynasty, goes one on one with the Caribbean champion, Savio Vega.
Why the fuck is Savio Vega?
Care to respond,
Uh,
Matt?
mm,
Matthew?
Um, I think Hammerstone wins here. I really doubt that Savio Vega will get too many wins here at this point in his career.
The next match with the lovely Salina de la Renta In his corner, Bestia 666 goes one on one with Ray Horace.
Yeah, Selena Duranta was teasing this debut on the recent episode of MLW Fusion. So I think Bestia 666 will end up winning.
The next match, one of Mox's favorite wrestlers,
Fuck
Austin Aries.
MJF.
No, Austin Aries.
Oh,
Goes,
a fucking promise ring.
yeah, dude, you fucked up. He goes one on one with Ace Austin.
I mean, Aries, when they say put a ring on it, that's not exactly what they were talking about.
Yeah, no shit. But Aries versus Austin, what do you got here, man?
Probably Aries wins here. It's probably going to be another depressing phone-in match from Aries. So I'll be honest, I'm not really looking forward to it.
Anything else
It's
you
an
want to add
Austin
about Aries?
Aries match. It's gonna get phoned in.
Yeah. A world middleweight title match. The Hart Foundation's Teddy Hart goes one on one with MJF. With
Natalia's friend.
yeah, yeah, Teddy Hart, the
And
foundation. Now
and
you
fuck
can say it.
MJF.
There you go. And he'll have Arya Blake in his corner.
This is going to pain me to say this. I think MJF wins it here.
And you'll be banned from the podcast for 30 days, maybe life.
I mean, I don't want to say it. I don't want it to happen, but I think it will happen. Because
Well,
I
I
think
feel
you're
like
right.
because
well,
I feel
then,
like they might want the dynasty to be the champions of the mid card and the lower card.
The only problem with that is MJF just signing an AEW deal.
not just an AEW deal, an AEW extension.
That's, yeah.
So
So,
MJF isn't going to be on MLW anymore.
yeah, you lost
Stop,
another one, bro.
stop, don't come back.
Please, please
Don't
stop.
go. Yeah.
Please, please, don't go.
Okay. So
Oh
in the
no, whatever will we do?
right. So in the next match is actually a match I know a lot of people are buzzing about because of the participants. The Hart Foundation's Davey Boy Smith Jr. will be going one on one with ring comp Timothy
How
Thatcher.
many, how many fucking matches is Junior in?
Just the one.
You mentioned him 3 times.
I mentioned the Hart Foundation 3 times.
You mentioned Junior at least twice.
Yes, because there's a Brian Pillman Jr.
No, Smith Jr.
No,
Sir,
get
re-listen.
get the cotton out of your ears. Davey
That's
Boy Smith
racist.
Jr.
That's racist. That's
No, it's
racist.
not. No, it's not because you're Indian. Davey Boy
That's
Smith.
racist. I
Yes.
am Native American, motherfucker.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. You're a casino, not 7-Eleven.
Oh,
Um,
you. Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
god!
listen, you said the worst one. You opened the door. I just walked right through it. Davey
You
Boy,
son of a bitch.
Davey Boy Smith Jr. goes one on one with Timothy Thatcher for Brain Cop.
Man, if only
We're
Timothy's
not
mother
making
Margaret.
AA proud at all.
No, we're not.
If only Timothy's mother Margaret Thatcher was alive to see this match.
Oh,
Oh, fucking God. Oh, fucking God. No, Matt, no. No, no, Matt, no.
okay. We are clearly all off the rails
Calm,
here.
Call me an Indian, an Indian all day. I don't care. But you do not put Timothy Thatcher as his mom being Margaret Thatcher ever. Like, dude,
I'm pretty
what the
Timothy
fuck?
Thatcher is American. How did you do that? All right, so I have to ask Scott as soon as he calms down.
So poor AA doesn't know this will be our last podcast.
um, why has MLW brought in Tim Thatcher here,
I'm
Matt?
going Timothy Thatcher.
I mean, I would too. You're not bringing in
You
Tim
you
Thatcher.
you always ask Matt like I don't watch MLW. Fuck face, racist.
Honestly, I don't know, but I guess they just wanted the Iron Gentleman to be a part of MLW now.
Yeah, but the team, I mean, don't get me wrong, adding a guy like Tim Thatcher to any roster is a good idea.
I don't think you got the reference there.
It went right over his kiwi head.
Uh, listen. For Kiwi, she's not on my mind all the time. Um, I'm going Thatcher, like you said, Mox, because like you're not bringing him in to lose off the bat on a show if he's sticking around. And I'm not racist. I just couldn't miss an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I do
You,
think that I think that Timothy Thatcher will win. He's got to make his mom proud. He's got to make his mom proud.
God,
son of a bitch, motherfucker.
the next
And
match on the card,
you did not get the Iron Gentleman reference at all because Margaret Thatcher was known as the Iron Lady.
Iron Lady. Yes, I know. I know.
And this was your lesson in history of prime ministers.
He went
He
to Ohio State. He barely know. He doesn't know the difference between horse and horse.
You know what? Just for that, I'm not coming to the casino. Um,
Good. I'll make money.
wait, what? Never mind. Never mind. The next match is LA Park going one on one with Jimmy Havoc.
That should be interesting.
That's
Someone say that.
gonna. That has match of the night written all over it.
It could. So could Davy Boy and Tim Thatcher.
True.
Uh, Jimmy Havoc winning or no?
I think so. Oh, actually, then again, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he does because LA Park is the Battle Riot winner, so they gotta make him look really, really strong.
That's true. In the final match is the rematch for the MLW World Heavyweight title between Tom Lawler and Jacob Fatu, your current champion.
Sir, you if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right.
Filthy
Filthy.
Tom Lawler.
Yeah.
Filthy Tom Lawler going, trying to get his belt back, taking on Conqueror's Jacob Fatu.
I
And
don't think
please,
Fatu loses it this soon.
Nope.
I do think Fatu does retain here. After this, I'm not sure where either guy goes from here. I don't know where Lawler goes. I don't know who is next in line to challenge Fatu. So the match itself is going to be pretty good, but what comes afterwards should be most interesting.
I think Fatu retains and Lawler goes and sells T-shirts out of Hot Topic.
Wow. Wow. I'm with you for two men's, and from there, maybe a guy like Mance Warner if he wraps up his stuff with Promociones Dorado. Um, maybe Davy Boy. Um, but it'll be interesting because they've spent so much time building for two into the spot. They now need to figure out what's next. You got the two where you wanted to, so where do you go from here? It's the age old question.
And a side question. Now that that's the end of the card and our predictions. Um, besides promotions, I don't want to use the word stealing, although Matt every seems like every other day, like motherfucker, we lost another MLW star. Has MLW reached status of working with, like, say, WWE or something?
If I were them, I'd give MLW a call. If I were,
Does my question make sense?
yes, is MLW at the point to where some of these bigger promotions should be looking to partner with them?
Right, like use their talent with MLW's current talent. Um, you have to, like, the Rich One thing, to be honest, might be an issue.
If I look, well, if not WWE, can New Japan please just get themselves out of this awful partnership with Ring of Honor? 'Cause-
No,
okay, never mind.
they
Bye.
they they should. They could. And I don't know. And I'm not going to go in depth with it on a podcast, but their deal with Ring of Honor is very extensive.
Um,
But
I
now
get
that we
all.
have AEW, um, I mean, yeah, plans change. But I could see somebody. And when I say somebody, I'm specifically referring to a WWE, NXT, Triple H. Using and sending back and forth MLW talent and NXT talent, like he does with Progress and
Well, when it comes to MLW, they are slowly but surely making progress.
they're the to me the second best TV, and they're weekly, so you might have to put them first. There's New Japan, and I listed this in the Daily today, and I hate list. New Japan, MLW, and they're there even with the talent they've lost. Like, they're there.
Sounds like
They just need.
sounds
Go
like
ahead.
you need a top 5, wouldn't you say?
Oh,
Dear God, no.
I mean, we do
um,
need somebody to fill in on the show tonight.
no, we don't. We're handling it just fine. I hope.
Uh,
Am I making sense? Like,
Yeah,
if an
yeah,
MLW and a bigger
I
promotion.
do. I do know there is some within the wrestling bubble that we're all in. Um, who are saying that MLW is
No pun
suffering.
intended.
Right, right.
I mean, I think that punch should have been intended, but that's just me.
Bubble. Oh God, yeah. No, I just got it. I just saw my own picture on there. Yeah, I got it. Uh, um,
Well, the AEW kind of raped the MLW roster.
Little bit. Um, but I do know those of us there are some of us within the wrestling bubble that I've observed when I heard about some of the matches on this MLW card. We were saying MLW was falling into the same trap it did when it was around initially back in the early 2000s. And that is, it's a place where they have great talent, but the talent isn't having the matches you expect out of them. And that's hurting some of the presentation of the product.
And when
So
it comes to like sending WWE stars, you don't have to send your biggest names like your Roman Reigns or your Seth Rollins or you can
With
send
the
it.
Iconics,
no, I said
I
the
said
icon.
I said bigger names, not jobbers.
sir, sir.
Sir, I swear to
I will
fuck, we're
have
gonna
you
get this
know.
bill. We're
I
gonna get
will
this
have you
bill.
know.
We're
They
son of
are
a
the
bitch.
longest reigning tag team champions of all time. They ended
Wasn't it the Glamour
undefeated
Girls?
streaks like the
God,
Brooklyn Bells. They
The
put the one
the
in
glamour
Brooklyn Bells
girls mean
45.
nothing, right?
No, absolutely not. So, like I was saying, the Iconics are the greatest tag team champions of all time, and I don't think anybody can argue with that. They have made history time after time again. Is there nothing? Is there anything that they can't do? No, sir. No, they can't.
put on the big belt.
One of them can't dance for shit, but that's neither here nor there.
It looks like she's
Oh,
dying.
and seriously, it looks like somebody shot her with a pellet gun or something, and like, oh, I'm going down, I'm going down, I'm going down.
So
Oh
Mox,
wait,
I'm just going to say silent on that one, but
Mox, we can talk about the family reunion now.
it's Raw
so
reunion, sir. Family reunion was in 2006, I believe.
Shut up.
oh Jesus Lord. So last night we had let's before we get into the quote unquote action. All 3 hours of Raw last night drew over 3 million viewers, which was the first time since
The
last
post
year's SummerSlam Fallout show.
Yep,
So
that's not
big
good.
boost in ratings.
Yeah,
What do you guys think of before we get individual stuff? What do you guys think of the overall show?
Honestly, the show was a mess. It was just a complete mess, which I knew going into it it would be.
I likened last night's show to a cheesy B movie. It was fine. It was fun at some points, but
Are you
nothing.
yawning?
Not yet. Um, there were some good points, but like Matt said, a lot of it was just a mess. It was like, how many of these guys can we put on screen so we can, validate them being here?
One thing I liked about it, and I didn't go into detail with it in the beginning. I'm not going to go into detail with it now. I watched this in a hospital room. Um, uh, One thing I did like were a lot of the guests, and I'm putting air quotes up like you guys can see me, were either on commentary or in backstage segments. Yes, there were a few in ring stuff segments with some of the guests. Um, but there was actually like wrestling going on,
No.
like with today's. wrestlers, and I'm sorry, and I don't mean to sound out of line here, but when they announce a Raw reunion show or Raw 1000 or Raw 25th anniversary show and all these, you have to expect, do I dare say shit? Or you
Yes.
have to expect like not good, but
I
this
mean,
actually
you're.
included a lot of wrestling in between the backstage segments and the guest commentators and Lillian Garcia doing an announce for a match and
Like,
I
here's
mean,
the
you're not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, this is the
I
fact of the matter
never
is that
am, sir. Never.
the fact of the matter is that this is such a cynical booked show. This is such a cynical book show. The only reason it exists is to pop a rating, and which it did. That is it. That is it. Say what you will about Raw 25 or SmackDown 1000. They weren't great shows, but there was at least a legit reason to have them because it was the 1000th episode of SmackDown. It was the 25th anniversary of Raw. Say what you will about those shows. Say what you will about the quality of those shows, but at least there was a reason for them to exist. There is no reason for this to exist other than to pop a rating. That's it. That's the only reason that this show exists.
my problem with the show was, as I was sitting there watching it, was to me it looked and sounded like the fans in Tampa didn't give a fuck. Did not.
Well, it was Florida.
Good point. But
Sorry,
it
Seabrook and
just
Tubbs, but
Not just any part of Florida, Tampa, Florida.
right.
Like,
They had to drive by 3 meth labs just to get there. Um,
are we sure that fuck, I can't remember the name of the arena off the top of my head. Are we sure that's not just like one big med lab?
we can't be positive now. Um,
It's Florida, so anything's possible.
right.
But it
But
wasn't. Go ahead.
it just, I listened to that crowd. Cena comes out, they open the show, crowd pop for Cena. Cuts a promo, tries to leave, Usos come out. Usos cut a promo on him. He reports, and then as he tries to leave again, Rikishi, their Usos father, comes out. And by the way, Rikishi couldn't walk. He
Yeah,
looked, that looked painful. Um,
and I don't mean to. You want to you. I don't know if you or Matt brought up the word cynical. I think it was Matt.
it
And
was.
I don't mean to be cynical.
Well, this entire show was
I'm
cynical.
actually. I'm surprised Rikishi's still alive. To be
considering the
real
family.
cynical,
I
like
mean, I mean, the what surprises me the most is that Rikishi can attend Raw reunion, but not his own son's wedding. Shame.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I don't think anybody got that reference.
no,
Yeah.
we did. It was
And here's the thing. And when I heard this, I about laughed, but I did because it really is a sad thing. Rikishi couldn't get medically cleared to give the stink face.
okay. So both of you guys watched this, right?
Yeah.
I'm not the only one. Okay. When they went to commercial, did they or did they not say it's going to be a 6 man? It was going to be Rikishi and the Usos versus Devon and the Revival. And then when we come back from commercial, Rikishi and Devon are still standing on the apron. Then both, all of a sudden, they both jump down from the apron, and now it's just a regular tag match. Did
Yeah,
I just?
I could have sworn that they had said like 6-man tag or something like that.
Yes. That I think it was Michael Cole that said, up next, Rikishi and the Usos, however he worded it, Rikishi with his sons versus Revival and Devon. And when we came back from commercial, it was just a regular tag.
Which I'm
Like
fine
I
with.
could, which so am I. What it turned out to be, it's the Usos and the Revival. Great match. Um, but I could have sworn I heard him say it was going to be three
He
on
probably did.
three.
He probably did. Um, can we talk about the 24/7 title?
The
Because
greatest thing on WWE TV right now.
yeah, it was pretty great. Um, that title changed hands 9 times last night.
9
9 times.
times.
I'm going.
9
Oh,
times.
Matt and I both went Ferris Bueller on it 9 times. We both. God, I love you so much to
Um,
be because you weren't even born when that movie came out. And 9 times,
so
9 times.
the champion coming into the night was R-Truth. He proceeded to lose it to Drake Maverick. Maverick then lost it to 78-year-old Pat Patterson,
That
making
was
him
great.
the oldest WWE title holder ever. And also, I believe, making it in his last 5 quote unquote matches. Pat Patterson has challenged for the Hardcore Championship, the WWE Tag Team Championship, and the 24/7 Championship. Um,
And let's just go ahead and call botches. Pat botched the fuck out of that because instead of just holding his foot on the he kept kicking him. Count, ref, and just kept kicking him. I'm like, well, hold your fucking foot down for three
well,
seconds and I'll count.
he had to hold the wall to keep himself steady. They come back from commercial, I believe, with Pat on the ground yelling, "You stooge!" And then a camera pans out, and Jerry Briscoe is shown winning the championship. Jerry Briscoe.
Well, before commercial,
That was
when he
great as
wins it,
well.
he goes running into towards the camera. Jerry's gonna be so proud of this. Jerry's gonna be so proud of this. And the next thing we know,
Jerry has the belt. Jerry runs down the hall, turns the corner, runs into the returning Kelly Kelly. Kelly, quote unquote, and I'm putting air quotes over this, knees Jerry in the stomach. Jerry falls over. He pins Jerry Briscoe. Kelly then becomes the first female to win the WWE 24/7 Championship.
And
And side note,
that's where it went downhill. I didn't think they would do it in 2019, but they did bring back the U.S. title for about a couple of hours. That was sad.
look, I there's a lot to dislike about that era, but I have no problem with this. I have no problem with the Divas title, and it's about time we stop shitting on it.
yeah, there hasn't it been long enough that we can just recognize it for what it was without.
You
No.
would think so. Shut up, man.
And I get what Matt's saying. Like, God, it was
it,
awful,
it,
but
it was bad.
it
It was bad.
it
Let's not mince words. It was bad.
They keep keeping.
But
So
it's come the time, like,
we can move on.
and that we can definitely move on. But Matt brings up a point of something that I don't discuss a lot. That people that the Divas era, the Divas title era, but hold the Attitude Era in such high regard. The
Yeah,
Attitude Era was shit.
For the
The
most
yeah.
Attitude
part,
Era had some high points, and that's why everybody thinks of it so fondly.
and
But the
RVD was
rest
even
of
the
the
company at the time.
but a lot of the stories in the Attitude Era were shit.
Mm-hmm.
You had your Stone Colds versus your McMahons. You had your
Stone Cold.
Undertakers versus
Yeah.
Mankind. You had your echelon stories, and then you had a whole bunch of shit.
Sir, are you saying that Terry Reynolds having a miscarriage and then faking the miscarriage was not quality television?
Oh, good God.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
So Kelly wins, then gets blindsided and pinned by Candice Michelle. Then Candice Michelle is pinned. Oh, and by the way, the person who counted the fall of Candice Michelle's victory, quote unquote, was Melina. Don't know why they wanted Melina to be a ref, but fine.
Yeah, all these divas coming back. I guess that means AJ Lee said no.
And she didn't even do the splits to count the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
Melina
quick
as a
question.
referee. Melina as a referee. The crowd seemed split on that one.
Quick question. Two backstage segments. The diva that had kind of half her hair shaved, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
sound once you guys answer. Who was that?
the one with Alicia Fox.
Yeah,
That was Caitlyn.
who? That was who?
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn.
Was it?
Yeah.
That was Caitlyn?
Yes.
Yes.
Dude, hospital screens are so small. And I kept, because they never acknowledged her. They like went right by her twice. Oh, she looks different.
Yeah, I noticed that. Um,
I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like I didn't recognize her right away. Like she looked different.
hmm Since we last
You
saw
know who
her
I'm
in
talking
the.
about?
Yep.
Yeah, like she looked different. So when I say the little half shaved side, um, and they went right past her twice. When one of the times was Alicia Fox, like I need a 10-foot, 17-foot hat. That segment, and
Yep.
I guess it was Caitlyn standing right next to her, and then forget who, like, oh, it was Drew McIntyre, Legends, and walked away. That was Caitlyn.
Yep.
Damn.
So Candice Michelle is beaten by Alundra Blaze, who then goes on to say, "Don't worry, I won't have the title for long." Later on, she comes out and picks up a trash can, and of course, they're playing on when Medusa went from WWF, WCW would drop and took the WWF Women's Championship with her, dropped it in the trash can. Except this
That
Live
year,
on
that was
air.
that was so stupid. It really was. Like there was no. It was such an epic movie, date movie kind of thing, where the only reason they did it was just to make a reference. That was it. That was the only reason to do it. And on top of that, I didn't even recognize Alundra Blaze.
Yeah, she also looked different. Look, I at
and by the
least
way,
recognized her. I'm mad at myself for not recognizing Katie because Katie was
when her music came on, Olympia Blazes, they flashed her name on the Titantron. She got zero pop. Zero pop. Fans didn't give a fuck. They didn't care about her
it
coming
was
out.
almost like do I dare say it was almost like who?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And she's going to drop the belt in this trash can, and then the familiar cackle and laugh and the money, 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 money. Ted DiBiase, the $1 million man, comes out, says, Alundra, before you do something you'll regret, I'll buy that championship off you because everybody has a price for the $1 million man. Here's
Took
her
him
watch
5 minutes to find those $5 out of his pocket.
$5. That dude had a stack of hundreds. I looked at it.
Obviously they're fake, but it still took them 5 minutes to get in.
What if they,
Like,
what if
it's
they were?
somewhere in here. It's somewhere in here.
What if they weren't fake?
Then they were Canadian money.
I mean, that's what I would do. Um, so Ted DiBiase buys the 24/7 championship, starts walking back to the mat, doing the laugh and everything, gets in his limo, you hear commotion, one of the limo doors open, and there's Drake Maverick, 24/7 championship. Renee Michelle, his wife, comes up, says, come on, we're going to go. Drake Maverick says, I'm probably going to get to consummate my marriage, which this is fucking stupid. Can we stop with the consummation of the marriage thing? What are we, children? Well, besides
Can,
that,
can at the same time we end that, can we continue of good God, Renee. Exactly.
um, then
Wow,
before Renee,
wowzer. And that's his
yeah,
actual wife. How the fuck does
because he
Rockstar
didn't,
Spud get
because
that?
because he didn't put a promise ring on. Uh,
Well, you win.
um, before Renee, Michelle, and Drake can pull off in the limo, um, R-Truth comes running up, schoolboy, just sort of a roll up pin. Um, 1, 2, 3. R-Truth is the 24/7 champion again. He jumps in the limo with Renee Michelle in the limo, and it speeds off. Drake is going, my baby. He took my baby. Don't worry, Renee. Don't worry, Renee. And he looks up and realizes it's Carmella standing there. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, shit, he took my wife and
Yeah.
quit.
That
Which is
was funny.
funny.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
Um, the only problem I had with all that stuff surrounding the 24/7 is that I wish Carmella would have been the first female winner.
I was gonna bring that
Yeah,
up.
she deserved it more than KK, K
Um,
double, K squared.
I don't know why they decided to go this route, but they did. I knew this would happen with the
It
legend.
was a fucking reunion show. That's uh but yeah, I agree with both of you. Like if there was the first female 24/7 championship, your champion should have been Carmella.
I mean, it probably should have been
How
the Iconics, but that's probably just me.
sir, sir.
Stop it. Stop it. Um, I wish I could sit here and say anything of consequence happened on Raw Reunion, but it didn't.
No.
Um, although
That,
something, it's actually
the only thing that I liked about this show more than some of the other like anniversary or special shows, um, there were some actual good matches without the past people, like
no
with
one.
current people.
Yeah, there was nobody from none of the quote unquote legends wrestling outside of the 24/7 crap for those early world matches. Um, None of the legends wrestled, so I think that's a good thing. We don't need to see them wrestle. I don't.
Uh, and I'm saying that because people shat on Raw on last night on Twitter, shat on Raw in the daily, like how horrible it was. Like, if you're going into a reunion show or 1,000th episode or 25th anniversary show, and you know these quote unquote old timers are coming back, you have to expect a lot of foolery. And
I
I
mean,
used
I mean,
a
I mean,
Pete.
you can expect it, but still acknowledge that it was kind of crap.
Well, and I get that, but at the same time, this felt different. Where they, from the last 3 times they've done this kind of stuff, like there was a lot of actual current wrestling going on in between all the. For one, they kept a lot of the reunion stuff backstage or on commentary. Besides like the Hogan NWO DX stuff.
Yeah, um, but really, what a lot of people are talking about on Raw Reunion is about what didn't happen. No women's matches. In
One
fact,
more time. One more time. I
no
didn't hear
women,
you.
no women's matches. We had
Well,
nothing.
we had we had two women 24/7
Stop.
champions.
You know that's not what anyone's talking about.
Sir, those were divas matches, not women's matches.
Sir. God damn it.
Were Kelly
And
Kelly, were Kelly Kelly and Candice Michelle divas?
There's still women.
Alundra Blaze was an actual women's champion, not a Divas champion. Thank you very much.
But Candice Michelle and well, I think Candice Michelle was actually a women's champion, but
Candice Michelle
Kelly
was
Kelly
a
was a
women's
divas
champion.
champion. That proves my point.
Yeah,
No,
and
no,
I get that
They were
gripe,
part
but
of the divas division. They were part of the divas division. So,
uh-huh.
to say my piece, I get the gripe of, but there were no women's matches. But at the same time, in my mind, that's kind of, do I say nitpicking?
Uh, maybe, but I still think that the complaint is valid.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not valid, but
I still think
um,
that the hashtag give WWE women a chance has been going on. And oh, by the way, Brad Shepard felt the need to weigh on this. So
oh, please
because
don't bring his
of
name up
course
on
he
my
did.
podcast.
Of course he did.
Don't ever
he,
bring his name up on my podcast.
he said, with a few exceptions, and he listed them: China, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. Um, Give women WWE women a chance. He said, until they're as good as the men, I'll pass. Brad Shepard
Jesus Christ.
That's
Are
why
you kidding
I
me?
I said twice, like, don't bring his name up or anything he says on my podcast, please.
I just want to send a personal note from myself to that him. Go find the deepest hole possible and fall in it, and then burst into flames. Fucker, I can't stand you. Cannot stand
He is a moron. Hey, moron! Duh, I'm just a water boy. I got a wooden spoon.
you.
Durr.
Dear God.
Yeah, we just
Um,
went. But
that
at
that
the
just
same
happened.
time, when all that was happening, they actually did SmackDown Live show during Raw.
And nobody showed up.
Well, that's not the point. The point's not anybody showing up. The point is where the women were in the women matches, or
That's fine, but that's a SmackDown show. Where are they wrong with it? Why isn't? Why aren't they having at least one current two female Raw superstars from the women's division having a match? Hey, 5 minutes,
Where,
and they didn't even do that. Instead, what they did was have a nonsensical, typical pull apart brawl on a moment of bliss between Natty and Becky.
hey, where the raw women at?
Oh,
oh shit, oh shit. The rated R Matt Star,
yeah, nicely
but
done.
they're yeah, the moment of bliss thing,
But those are
and
the
I brought this up last week, and I brought this up in conversation and conversing with other people. Why though? I get it. Like Natalia gets her run every year, her shot. Um, but it doesn't work. It never works. She's great technical wrestler, horrible actress, just
Like a lot, a
horrible.
lot, a lot of her promos since she became the one contender make no sense at all.
That's even before that. We can go back to 2012, 2010. Her promos make,
I
and
have
I'm gonna say
Oh,
something. I'm already damned to
oh,
hell. So,
Hey, Mox, you better settle your tea kettle.
oh goddamn!
I hate
I already
you.
know where I'm heading. So, you guys remember the story of Natty having false teeth?
Yes.
The more she talks, the more
You think it's true?
I believe it.
I don't think
Because
so. I know she had to have her front teeth kind of repaired because they got knocked out that one time.
yeah, but even before then, like there was rumors of like dentures and she just doesn't.
I'm gonna.
And I'm no one to speak because of hell, but she can't talk.
Are they having Natty work heel going into SummerSlam in her home country?
Yes,
And to be fair, it's not like she was going to get cheered anyway.
She was
and
gonna get
also true.
heel in Canada. Let's stop. Let's stop this charade right here and now. She's getting cheered.
No,
Is
she's
she?
not.
Is she?
Not in Toronto. No, she's not.
W, trust me, she's going to come out. That guitar is going to hit, and those current fans will lose their mind.
When the
Uh,
oh, that's not Brett. That's Natty. Never mind.
exactly. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
That that it always happens.
Let's not
Always.
forget this Canada is notorious for doing the exact opposite of what's happening on TV. So what would make it any different here?
It's a
because
bizarre world, Michael.
because Canada loves the man.
Yeah, but Canada loves the hearts more. Everything.
Not
They
all
like
the hearts.
Brett. They like Brett.
Not all the hearts.
We don't talk about that.
Natalia's been booed in Toronto before.
Has
Yeah.
she?
Yes.
Well, maybe, but I don't see it.
Even when she was playing face.
I don't see them going into a big four pay per view not cheering Natty to some extent. And I
Which
don't
makes it
see
so perplexing. Why do you put Natty in this situation?
it's the midsummer push. Every summer,
But
Natty gets a push.
it yes, I get that. I said that just a minute ago. Natty gets this push. But this has special circumstances with it being in Toronto. So save it for like maybe Survivor Series, or you could have done it at Extreme. But if you think she's going to get a huge pop in Toronto, um, I have a few dollars in my bank account that I will bet against a few dollars in your bank account. It's not going to happen. Natty's
Yeah,
either going to get booed or crickets. They will cheer the initial guitar riff because that's Brett. But once it's Natty, it's nope.
we'll see. I have a feeling it's going to be typical Canadian crap. So brace yourself. Um,
I mean, if only SummerSlam was taking place in Cleveland Brown Stadium, then you might have a point. But
God, your
this would
references
actually
need to be
be
updated. Like seriously, update your references.
this would actually wouldn't be a bad time of year to do that. Actually, um,
I just I get why they do it for Natty because because I think I just shat on Natty and I didn't mean to because I respect her as one of the best technical workers like in ring and WWE, but she gets little to no reaction even in Canada. If they'd
um,
go a little further north or east, maybe. Toronto, no.
good thing you didn't say South. But I don't think
Well,
anybody got
sir,
that
sir,
reference or that joke.
sir.
Now you
Ty-
did. Now you did.
Tyson did.
the end of the show, the end of the Raw reunion show was badly planned, badly executed, and was clunky as all hell.
Hey, okay. Let's compare it to hey, let's do the 25th anniversary in two different arenas,
I still
and
that was, think that was the
and
smartest thing they ever did. I
and one of the
love that.
arenas have to watch everything on the big screen except for one thing at the very end.
I still loved that. I think
Honestly,
that was great.
I like the idea of it. I don't think it was executed very well, especially when they sent Miz over there. Like, I think that crowd has suffered enough, but I did like the idea of it at least.
I loved it. And here's why. WWE knew exactly what was going to happen. They knew all of those smart fans were going to go sit in the Hammerstein ballroom so they could be in, you know, where it all first started, where they thought they were going to get, these cool segments, and then they were given nothing,
Actually, it was
nothing.
the Manhattan Center.
Nothing happened.
Same difference. Hammerstein ballroom, Manhattan Center, same difference. Um, and then the normal people, the regular crowd, was in the bigger building. WWE did that on purpose, and I applaud them for it because it was funny as shit. I laughed my ass off.
It was funny as shit, but the prices in the Manhattan Center for those tickets were outrageous.
So you got to take a bunch
For
of stupid people's money. I'm fine with that too.
so PW fan 01 is his Twitter account. He just called basically Manhattan, New York, stupid people.
No, because there were people in that same area were in the other building. I'm talking about the people who bought tickets to be in that building, thinking they were going to get catered to on some level, and didn't. Those people. And yeah, my information is correct. You guys tell me you got a problem with it? I'll block your ass. I don't care. Do not care.
Well, you
I
heard it
mean,
here, folks.
I
You heard
get,
it here, folks. Adam Rice will block anybody who has a different opinion.
How does that make me any different than
I
any other
get like
person?
watching the women's world.
I'm just
I get
joking.
watching the women's World Cup like in the Lincoln Center in Nebraska or whatever it's called. Like big crowd on a screen. Like for one, it's free. But these people like paid money to see something, and they got to see the DX Destroy the Revival. Like that's what they paid all that money for,
And they got to
and
see X
everything
Pac.
else.
That alone is worth the price of admission.
Sir,
No, it wasn't a revival. It was Gallows and Anderson.
yeah, yeah, it was the club with Balor joining in.
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
It's fun watching on TV, but you're not paying thousands of dollars for a ticket.
They should have paid the $1,000 to begin with, but guess what? That was them.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you on the stupidity of paying that much for a ticket that
Hey, the same thing's gonna happen later this year for anybody who's stupid enough to pay $2,000 to sit ringside at Madison Square Garden for SmackDown.
yeah.
And it'll
Is
The
the
return
the
of
world's most famous arena.
the
It's the same
return of
It's the same arena where Mae Young gave birth to a hand. Who wouldn't want to be there in Madison Square Garden after that?
eh, he's all grown up, by the way. Can we
that hand has a family of its own, okay? Um, so the money,
uh
if you're
go
gonna
ahead.
pay your money like that kind of money to sit there, and then you end up getting punked, I'm gonna laugh. every time.
And Ashton Kutcher was Raw guest host. So look out! Here it comes, because they're going to get punked. We got the camera guy outside. He's going to tape the whole detail. We got my man. He's going to operate the car. He's going to do all of this kind of things. We are going to punk his. Yeah.
Oh
Are
no,
you?
go ahead and say it. You've been saying swear words in headquarters. Go ahead and say it. You've
Are
been
you
saying words.
I don't think you're as straight edge as you say, sir. You're on crank. But
Well, I do have to keep my adrenaline up before this substance that they put in my heart explodes inside of me.
very nice. The thing with this Raw reunion show, and we'll wrap up here because it's midnight my time.
The Midnight
They
Express.
Loser. Loser.
I know. They kind of left Austin out the
I love
driveway.
you talking though, because I get to see Tegan, so I'm Tegan blowing a bubble, so you just talk the night away, sir.
Yeah, that final segment was so weird. It was so self-serving. It didn't lead to anything. It just straight up feels like they did Butter telling Stone Cold that they don't do overruns here anymore. So he just kind of had to hurry up and do what he needed to do, and then they had to go home. It was so bizarre. And I'll be honest, it didn't need to be there. It really didn't. It was just an excuse to have all the legends out there.
Was it just me going into it, knowing that, it's the kind of reunion that they would have put that in the my time 9 o'clock hour for the Eastern 10 o'clock hour, that they put that on the final few minutes of the last hour? Did that seem strange to anybody? I figured they would have put that.
I'm going to say no because Austin was always going to close the show. Bringing Austin back is a big deal.
But that.
And that was always
right, but if you put them on at 9:50 versus if you put them on at 9, the ratings are the same.
Like, yeah, I mean, all the legends have to go to sleep early,
sir. But it seems so.
Especially RVD. Oh my God, he looks so old. He looks so old.
So he was just high. It was high.
I knew they wouldn't open the show with Austin.
Right.
I was pretty sure they wouldn't, and I'm speaking my Central Time. I was pretty sure they wouldn't put him at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Unfortunately, we got Seth and his bullshit at the 8 o'clock hour.
By the way, we don't have to harp on it, but Seth's segment was awful.
He really was.
He is not.
And I'm going to disagree with you both. This wasn't his best, but there's been a lot of chatter, Twitter, forums of everybody souring on Seth. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it just off the top of my head. I have other reasons, but since you do have to go, Rice. A lot of some of the blame has to go to Brock. Brock's back. What the fuck? Like, we've already run this story like twice now.
It's still all just Seth has kind of shown more often than not that he is not it. He is not the guy. And
I disagree. I disagree.
I have more than I believe. To me, I have more than enough evidence to show Seth is an upper card, top tier kind of talent, but he is not it. He is not the guy.
Hmm.
And and I know. Um,
Pick a name. Pick a name.
what do you mean?
Do the pick and roll.
Both of
Do
you,
the pick
pick a
and
name.
roll.
No, pick a name. That's not it. Who's it? Pick a name.
Oh no, that's easy. They don't have anybody. They have
No,
nobody.
they have one
No,
person that can
no.
be the top star,
I swear
and
to
her name
Bob.
is
I swear
Becky
to
Lynch.
get out of my podcast. Pick a name.
Well,
Iconics.
it should have been Roman.
Yeah,
God damn it, Matt.
Did he just
A
honestly,
man.
yeah.
A man.
Adam's right.
Pick.
Adam's right. It should have been Roman.
Well, they tried that, and
and they
yeah, eventually that will come back. They're working there, but pick a name right now other than Seth. Pick a name. Matt, stop with your nonsense.
What
Pick
nonsense?
a male, the Iconics, and pick a male wrestler right now.
I don't think they have one. If I'm being serious, maybe Ali, but that remains to be seen. AJ
Gargano.
Gargano will we don't
Main
know.
roster, main roster. We're not playing fantasy booker here and calling people up. Main roster right now. Who do they have?
Well, we're not playing fantasy booker because I would say I'm a better booker than Bully Ray, but that's beside the point.
Okay, so
Well, sir, who isn't? Ring of Honor has gone to shit because of him. But seriously, both of you, before Matt goes
Honestly,
or before Rice goes,
before they
pick a
screwed them over, Sami Zayn
not
could have been it.
Rice.
maybe they're on the right track with Kevin Owens this time.
He's a top heel.
I
I
can
won't say
see
top
that.
face.
Because
We're talking about top person.
right now he's getting push and the fans are getting behind him. Maybe they, after this whole thing with Shane, it'll carry him somewhere. But honestly, Kevin Owens is absolutely a better talker than Seth. So
Well,
he's
yeah,
got
that's
that
like
going for him.
comparing. I started to make the crudest joke I've ever made on VWP, and I won't. Um, but obviously, Kevin Owens is better on the microphone than Seth.
Yeah, your point, I get. I think I get the point you're trying to make. Is who do they have right now who they could put in that spot instead of Smith? And right now, the answer is nobody.
With Roman being excluded because we know Roman is it. With Roman being excluded, who else do they have?
Finn.
Finn's gone, buddy. That ship has sailed.
It's never too late.
Getting close.
I'm surprised neither one of y'all have even thought about AJ.
I mentioned
Uh,
AJ.
he's
His
kind
age
of
was
he's near the end of his run as a wrestler, I
he's,
think.
he's
Okay,
near
we're talking about in a moment. We're talking about like
Well,
we're
even
near
so, like he's probably not going to last maybe another year, maybe a couple years.
the
okay, that's
thing
a long run for a top person.
the thing with AJ is we are how many months away from him having one of the most boring WWE title reigns?
I get that too.
I get Seth is pretty much the only guy they have right now. But that doesn't excuse the fact that he's still in the spot.
I would go full anti-80s. Me big guy, me strong. I would go Ricochet.
Big E.
A Big E is definitely up there. Ali.
I think Ali might.
Alistair.
Alistair's a good shout. They have a crew of guys who I think if they wanted to play around with and work them into that spot, it could work.
Braun Strowman could have been one as well.
No, that
They've set that on fire.
Well, I said could have been one.
Yeah, could have. Yeah, I forget which one of you said, that ship sailed. I think it was Rice. And I'll say that for Braun. That ship sailed.
A long time ago.
The problem with WWE booking, and some people relate that to just strictly Vince, and it's not always strictly Vince. Pull the fucking trigger. You have stars all around you. Pull the fucking trigger.
Use them. Like tonight, they tried to. One of the things that happened tonight on SmackDown, and I just want to briefly touch upon it before we go. Ember Moon beat Charlotte. Thing is, Ember Moon beat Charlotte in a weird way in a minute.
Yeah.
There's trying to make Ember Moon strong, and then there's making Charlotte look stupid.
And this didn't make Ember Moon grow. This made Charlie look stupid.
And Ember kind of turned heel after the match. Kind of, sort of.
I love how Matt does I love Matt and his fluctuation in his voice. I absolutely adore
Matt.
Kinda, sorta.
She essentially said, "Fuck the Four Horsewomen," didn't she?
More or less, kinda, sorta.
And all this did was put Ember in a weird spot, and then gave Charlotte the opportunity to say, "Give me someone for SummerSlam, who's better than Ember Moon. I want to show why I'm the best.
And here we go with another multi-woman match for SummerSlam. I called it 2 weeks ago.
They're not doing a multi-woman match. Charlotte expressly said, "Give me someone better than Ember Moon." So
and who could that be?
I think this is where they're going to debut Liv's new gimmick.
Sir, that you and I love you to death, and I'm daily squad ride die. You and Matt Des Moines are my day ones. That's a reach.
I think that's where they're going because it almost makes sense. It'd be Liv returning to face the woman that beat her, to force her to do this, bring out the real quote unquote Liv Morgan. She's off screen for 4 weeks, comes back at SummerSlam, beats Charlotte, and then you set that up for another 4 months of Liv versus Charlotte.
Sir, if you think Liv Morgan has been Charlotte Flair at SummerSlam, I have some golden.
I I'm
I have
going
a
to say
lot
this
of
right
things to
now.
sell you.
I don't think it matters who Charlotte wrestles at SummerSlam. Charlotte's losing.
Yeah, and it's
Uh,
going to be in a
I don't
multi-women
know.
match.
But with who?
Bailey,
They're
Ember.
not. They're not adding her to that match. I'm telling you that now. That would be stupid after what she said tonight.
Well, this is Charlotte Flair we're talking about.
She
Hashtag
said
shoehorn Charlotte.
she literally said, how can you leave the Queen off SummerSlam? I want a match. Give me someone who's better than Ember Moon. Those words do not equate. Put her in triple threat match.
And in my defense, I couldn't watch SummerSlam. I couldn't watch SmackDown tonight for
You didn't
things
miss
I haven't said
much.
on air, but so I don't know all the hippity haps there. But I promise you, Charlotte will be in a title program at SummerSlam. I promise you. I'm the one that months before other people brought it up on this very podcast said it's going to be a triple threat at WrestleMania: Ronda Rousey, Charlotte, and Becky.
All right. So you say you're getting? Are you getting
I,
this from your
I'm putting
sources?
my reputation on the line.
Are
Charlotte's going to
you
be in a title match at SummerSlam,
are you
whether
getting
it's the
this?
Raw women or the SmackDown. I don't know, but she's going to be in a title program for SummerSlam.
Are you getting this from your sources?
Yes,
Okay. That's
I
what I needed
promise
to
you.
hear. That's what I needed to hear. That this isn't speculation. So you are reporting, according to your sources, Charlotte Flair will be in one of the two single women's title matches.
Yes, I
All
promise
right.
you.
All right. You heard it here first. So Matt, get ready for that. Uh,
And I hate reporting it, but I also like being the first one to report it. So there you go. Um, since we don't have AA to take us out, and since it's past midnight your time, and we've kept you
I
13
say,
minutes too long.
take me out. I say, don't you know? You move, time is slow. I say,
Oh
take
dear Lord,
me out.
Matt. Before we do the outs, what do you think about Charlotte and a SummerSlam match?
It's going to be a triple threat match at SummerSlam again.
they all I want to say is this: they did not set up for that on SmackDown tonight. That doesn't mean it can't happen between now and SummerSlam. But right now, where we sit, that is not what the TV presentation is showing.
I mean, they literally showed a clip
When has
of Kevin
when
Owens.
has that ever mattered?
Yeah, because they literally showed a clip of Kevin Owens last year quitting WWE and immediately coming back the next week.
The thing is, you
2 weeks,
said
but
when has that ever mattered? The thing is, it's on their TV, so it should. If what you're showing for
it
week,
should. Nobody's arguing the fact that it should matter. When has it mattered?
this is why they are in the problems they are in. That you
Yes,
cannot
it
trust
that
their week to week product.
that's therein lies your problem, our problem, their problem,
We
whoever's
can't
problem.
we can't rely on what they're telling us on a week to week basis. And because we can't
The
rely on
fucking SmackDown before WrestleMania Charlotte beat Asuka to make it a triple threat at WrestleMania.
Yep.
Yes.
Don't put anything past this creative team and their thinking and where they're heading. And we're
But
still, well, now
also,
we're what, 2 weeks away?
Yeah, about a few
when is
weeks or so.
SummerSlam?
It's like
3 weeks?
It's like August 11th or something like that. August 11th, August 14th, something like that.
Yeah. The
It's very
G1
early
and
in
Summer-
August.
are the G1 and SummerSlam the same weekend?
Shit. August, the 12th is the end of G1.
Right.
SummerSlam.
August 11th.
That this is how much I pay attention to WWE. I watch it, but um, August
So
11th is SummerSlam.
is that what you said, Matt?
Yeah, August 11th is SummerSlam.
So it's the day before the G1 final. Holy shit. That's a 24 hours of wrestling. Holy shit.
Good God Almighty!
And live on air. Rice, did you ever get password figured out?
Nope.
Damn it! I'll try again.
Right.
Since we don't have AA to take us out, if anybody else have anything else to say, because we really just got on a good topic. But
Yeah. We might continue that topic tomorrow if all of you are into it. If
Yeah,
not,
I mean, we talked about a lot of stuff. I mean, I think we just
yeah,
about finished
mm,
up. I think.
yeah, I think we could almost not do a tomorrow show because there really wasn't a lot to talk about this week, and I think we did cover a lot. But I'll talk with the guys here in headquarters later on tomorrow, everybody. But as for tonight, I don't think we have anything left to talk about. So I'll go ahead and go first and say you guys can find me at BWFan01 on Twitter and at
uh,
Please Say um, SB Nation's professional wrestling blog in the daily and in the nightly.
I'm gonna create an account on Twitter for um, VWP hate mail, and that all gets directed to Rice.
Oh, you kidding?
Um, that will be coming soon. Um, you can find, of course, she's not here tonight. Lady Rashana at Lady Rashana LadyRoschana on Twitter. You can find us Violent Wrestling Podcast, no
Gee.
G, on Twitter and Twitch. Which here in about a week we're gonna have to switch to Twitch. Switch to
Oh,
Twitch. Huh. Um, you can find me at Fireman6809 on Twitter. Mox underscore VWP on Twitch. Matt, where can they find you?
Well, you can find one to where at Mail at 15 on the Kansas City on the daily and the nightly, and hopefully soon we will be able to do Roots of Questionnaire podcast with One Win Angel on Taboo Tuesday 2004 and Spencer First Row. So hopefully that will be happening very soon.
Did you just sell me a car? Because it sounds like you just sold me a car.
it sounds like you
And
just
this car,
made one.
and this
Sounds
car
like
has
you
an
just
automatic
made
transmission.
those.
This car has an automatic transmission. Has a ton of junk in the trunk. It has everything you need.
And
All I
before
heard was
we,
tons in the trunk, I'm here for it.
all I heard was junk on the trunk, and I started thinking about other things.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
before we get out,
We're ass man.
I want to send some thoughts and prayers out to a couple people. Obviously, to our own Prince Moxley Lopez. He's got some personal things going on right now. So if you all send some thoughts out his way, it'll be much appreciated. I also want to send some thoughts
Thank
and
you.
prayers out. You're welcome to
Yes.
the 8-time world champion Harley Race. He has been in the hospital recently with some medical issues. He's been dealing with a lot of medical issues here recently, and we hope the champ kicks out of it again. Um, and I know
Yeah.
he's fighting every day. So get better, Harley, and we're waiting for your return.
Yes, Win Mox is definitely personal. It's personal, myself and I. And
No,
it has nothing
no,
to do with you.
no,
No, don't
no,
do that. Don't do
no.
that. Um,
Um,
for those, and it's been brought up a little here and there. Um, my wife's back in the hospital. This is her third day. Still don't know when she's coming home. Um, May time, we had to come home. When I say we, Morris and myself, and Morris is, if you guys don't notice, he's been so quiet and let me come outside and podcast and whatnot. But my wife's back in the hospital. Um,
did you just stop talking or did you drop?
I didn't drop.
Okay. Uh,
Any well wishes?
will be greatly appreciated.
Yes.
Um,
I
and
love you
finally,
guys. I love any of our listeners or friends.
and we also want to send out another quick thoughts and prayers out to friend of the
Biff.
show, mutual friend as of all of ours, Biff Kensington. Um,
Yes.
his health problems have I've not had a true update here recently, but I do believe his health problems are taking their toll as well. Um, so we want to send some thoughts out his way. And on those notes, I'm Madam Rice. To my left, right, and center are Metal Matt and Prince Moxley Lopez. This has been another episode of the Violent Wrestling Podcast. We thank you for listening.
Hey, we missed you. Hope you had a good day at work. Listen back.
Um,
Let us know that we did you well, and you'll be
and
back with us soon.
on that note, have a good night, everybody.
Love you all.